Hello, Eagle fans. Jonathan Dern alongside head coach Jim Koerner. Coach, this Eagle team, a fantastic year. You start the season with a sweep at home against Army. You finish it with a sweep at home against Florida A&M. Coach, congratulations on what has been a phenomenal season this year.
Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate it. Enough credit can't go to the players. They've really done everything they can to stay together, to play great baseball, and hopefully keep this thing going for a couple more weeks.
Coach, you mentioned when you were addressing the crowd after the final game, how tough it was to give the team the news at the start of the year. What was the preparation like from that moment to the start of the year? And did you see from then that it was going to turn into what the season was?
It's a tough question. I knew we had a talented team. We had a lot of experience. There's a lot of seniors. There's a lot of guys that have played at a very high level. So I expected us to be very competitive. But, I don't think you can ever predict, how that opening weekend was going to go. The emotion of it was tremendous. The amount of energy behind it, the team was tremendous. And, it was really just a really big statement opening weekend. And the team, we've just done a great job of carrying that overall year. There really hasn't been any big letdowns. Guys have been really consistent, and they've done a great job of rallying around each other and playing for a really big cause.
That opening weekend series, Scott Malin, a perfect 3 innings, 8 Ks in his first save of the year. He sets a new single season record at NCCU with 10. Nick Fajardo hits that opening day grand slam. You hit 7 home runs in a series twice this year. Just a lot of leadership, senior leadership, and individual leadership on this team. However, the players really done working together this year.
The key point is, working together. And I think you hit the nail on the head with that statement. They really are a close team. I think they really love playing for each other, and they love coming to the field every day. There's energy at practice. Obviously, there's energy at games, and guys have really just bonded and gelled together and, make this the best season that they can make it under the circumstances.
I want to zero in. Of course, you can say really there was a lot of players on this team that took an extra step this year, but, it's really noticeable on the mound. Ryan Miller and Austin Vernon, that 1-2 punch at the top of the rotation. What did you see from them this year?
Leadership, going into the season. Those are 2 extremely focused young men that have tremendous work ethic, and it's not a self-serving work ethic. Their stewardship towards the program itself is tremendous. They help their teammates, they support their teammates, they're involved in games that they're not playing in, and to me, that's the biggest sign of leadership, when you can go out and bring energy when you're not taking the field. And those guys have done it all year long, and it feeds to the other players, the other pitchers, and they know that those guys are behind them, whether they're on the mound or not on the mound. And what they did on the mound speaks for themselves. They're 2 very highly talented young men that have done a great job carrying this team all year.
And on the field, fantastic output at the plate from Luis De Leon. Cameron Norgren hit a homer in 4 consecutive games this year. First time this ever happened at NCCU in the modern era. But I want to zoom in on a player that, might get overlooked a little bit, and that's Jacob Raby. He comes back this year for his 5th season, near 400 on base percentage this year, and just a guy that's been here in this program, collegiate baseball freshman All-American back in 2017. What can you say about what he's been able to contribute to this program, being a 5-year Eagle?
Jacob is a great story. He is someone that had a tremendous freshman year, freshman All-American, All-Conference. It was just a great way to start. And over the last couple of years, I know he's had some frustration. Jacob wants to play very well. He has a very high level of expectation for himself. And I think the struggles his sophomore and junior year really got to him. It really affected him. So to see him keep going and persevere and not quit and come back for the 5th year, when it could have been really easy for him just to say, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. But, when COVID hit, he was one of the first players that told me, "Hey, coach, I want to come back and play. I want to finish this on the right foot." And he's done that. So to see him have some success this year is just really, really gratifying, and really proud of him.
Coach, this team sets a new win percentage record in the single season, going 25-18. At the Durham Athletic Park, you go 15-6 this year, which is also a new win percentage record. And the success for this team, of course, came at home, but also on the road. You didn't lose a single road series this year. What was it like, traveling around? Because it's not easy to win at these other ballparks here in the MEAC.
I thought the biggest test for us this year, when looking at our schedule and when it was laid out before us, was going to be the mid-April stretch, where we had 3 consecutive road weekends. So we played 12 straight road games. We went to Delaware, we had to go to Tallahassee, then we went to A&T. For me going in, that was going to be a pretty daunting stretch right there. And how we played during those 12 games was going to really determine the outcome of the season. And our guys really held up well. It's a tough trip traveling to Tallahassee, and it's a place that we haven't had a lot of success over the last couple of years. So when we went down there and, we got the split with them, I thought that was a win for us. Obviously you always want to win a series, but to split down in Florida, I thought that was a really big step for us. And we came back and we lost game 1 against A&T on Friday, which, doesn't happen very much with Austin pitching, but then we responded with a doubleheader sweep on Saturday, which was just another big statement of character from the team and put us in really good position to finish at home the final 2 weekends. Because as you mentioned, we've played very well at home this year. We've played very well at home historically. Guys are very comfortable at our park. And I knew that if we could get through that 12-game stretch and be able to come back to the Durham Athletic Park, with a shot at this, we would have a really good chance to accomplishing our goal.
You come from 2 games behind in the division to sweep the division leader to win the championship. When you look back over these last 2 weekends, of course, the no-hitter mixed in, but what will you always remember about this team pulling off, an amazing run to win the title?
All of it. I'm going to remember all of it. The last 2 weeks have just been, almost magical. To start off the homestand with Austin throwing a no-hitter, it's just like, wow, how can this be any better? And we took that energy straight on through, and he set the tone for the homestand. And we finally broke through against Del State. We've been trying to figure out how to win that 3rd game all year. We've been in position pretty much all season to win the series. And we've been 2-1 in just about every weekend going into that 4th game. And, we finally broke through against Del State and got the series win. And, it was almost just a big relief for the team knowing, hey, we got this, we can do this now. And, we knew what we had to do against Florida A&M. We knew it was in front of us, but I never felt like the team felt the pressure of, hey, we better win, or, we're going home. They knew the consequences. We talked about, what had to happen. And I thought they did a great job of just staying in the moment, just one game at a time. It's just a 1-game series. Let's just win the game that we're playing, be the best we can be in that moment, and then try to do it again the next day.
Coach, the next stop for this Eagle team is the MEAC Tournament. First trip there since 2016. The Eagle softball team made it all the way to the championship game last weekend, and now it's up to this Eagle squad. What do you see for them going forward as we head to Norfolk?
One day at a time. We got to figure out how to beat Del State's ace. He's had our number the last 2 times we played him. So, we got to get to him. Ryan Miller's going to start game 1 for us. And I'm very confident Ryan's going to give us his best effort, and it's going to be a great outing and a great game. And we got to figure out a way to score some runs and get that first win.
Coach, can't wait to be up in the tournament this year. Congratulations on what's been a fantastic season, and thank you for your time.
Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate it.